Our social media pages are buzzing. We do want to make sure ukuthi senizwe ukuthi nani nithina about the topic yethu yanamhlanje. Of course, our topic is hashtag Talk Bvse, and we are discussing everything that has to do with body positivity and, of course, self-esteem. Let us know ukuthi wena ucabangani about the topics that have been discussed namhlanje. But of course, what is an EKSE live show without a bit of music? What is it without a bit of entertainment? We are joined by my personal fave. Ladies and gentlemen, not only is he a rapper, but he is also an entrepreneur and a producer. Talk about a man that wears a lot of hats all the way from Tanzania. He's here to talk to us about music. Yeah, and of course his journey in music thus far. But Bvse, how are you doing?
Good, how are you? Actually, I was born in Tanzania.
You were born, okay.
I grew up in Bvse.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
all right. But so when you rap, Kautbana, you are representing what you are representing, Oba. Representing our Bvse. I love that about you. So tell us, man, you've been doing incredible things. You know, this is not the first time Sikibana, you know, and I can only imagine the amount of work that you put in since the last time that you spoke and the last time that you were on air. Take us through your music journey this far. Let's take it back. Let's cap it to from last year until now, November 2022. What's been happening?
Okay, so from last year till now, last year was mainly about branding. So like, because 2020 was the year that I started to like get into the industry, and then I realized that branding was a huge point.
Yeah.
So last year was more about planting myself and then branding myself, like dressing up a certain way. And then this year, it's been more about business this year. So I've been focused on my production agency. Music-wise, it's just been more visuals. There's visuals coming through, very beautiful sounds too. I'll perform an exclusive today. Yeah. So it's been a wonderful journey.
Yeah. So what do you mean by branding? Do you think it's something that maybe perhaps as an artist, you know, as you're trying to establish yourself within the space, it's important for you to have like a specific look, a specific sound, so that you're able to differentiate yourself from other artists?
It's just packaging. It's like a matter of packaging yourself, as a talent, because for anything to sell, it has to be packaged and sold. You know? So like, I have to be appealing. And
not only I mentioned Pambilini Bana, you're an entrepreneur, you're a producer, and you're a musician. Are those interlinked? Do you work on them separately? Entrepreneurship, or is it music related? Take us through those three streams of interest.
Okay, so producing, I mainly executive produce. I don't really make the beats. I executive produce and then I engineer. But I love music. That's what I make, you know. But I realize that there's a lot behind it. You know? So the business came in from that. And then I realized that it also ties into a lot. Like it ties into fashion, it ties into cosmetics, it ties into a lot. As a musician, you can invest in anything. You know what I mean? So I had to familiarize myself with the business world. So,
I love the fact that like you're so versatile, and you're not boxing yourself to just being a musician, but you're also tapping into all of these other spaces as well. Tell us about your music. You know, you have new music that was coming out, visuals that you've been speaking about. Take us through that whole process.
Okay, so this year I dropped my first single in August, titled High Stakes.
Okay.
And then I kind of like chilled on it. Like this year I haven't been focused on music. I just focused on finishing my mixtape, which is dropping next year. High Stakes is the first single of that. But it was more of a throwaway because me and the producer, we just gotten a new distribution deal, and then I was like, hey man, why not just give them the song, you know, while we work on the other songs. And then I worked on, so the tape was mostly recorded last year. So I had to add a few songs that tie into myself this year. So musically I've grown, you know, and like even the style of music is kind of like evolving. It's evolved and it's very beautiful. It's coming along very, very well.
Take us through your style, because I heard you rehearsing and I was like, man, I'm about to melt. Okay, take us through your style of music. Your sound, you know, how do you describe your sound? How do you want people to receive Mculo Wako?
Okay, it's ancestral, contemporary hip hop. So the vocal sonics are more from an ancestral, like, I used to listen to Iskatamia growing up.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, there's this thing I can do with hip hop that makes it sound. It sits because it's African, you know. So it's rooted, and then the instrumentation that I choose is more jazzy and bluesy, so contemporary, and then the drums are more hip hop, so ancestral contemporary hip hop.
That's beautiful, man. And I also read somewhere in that book, and Umculo was also inspired by, you know, growing up listening to Umculo rather, you know. So that also just inspired your sound and your taste, you know, and that was very rich taste, I must say. So now tell us about December. December's coming up, you know, because some artists are usually very busy. Do you have anything planned? What's exciting? What's happening with December?
Oh, my December is not really exciting.
Yeah.
Right now I'm in a grounding stage, you know. So like I did the business, I ran the branding, so things are starting to like show up in terms of the business. So I have to like, it's more work. I guess. It's more work. But I might release some stuff in December, just like throwaways. But I'm not really planning anything. Besides like, so there's, I'm venturing into like retreats. So there's I have a foundation that I'm starting called Sound Self, focused more on like holistic creation, you know, like, so creativity relies on the soul, you know, so like preserving that. So I'm around like that.
Man, Joe, like you're really working, and I really do hope all of the, you know, the fruits and the hard labor of Msebenzi work is really going to come to life and manifest into life. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, Bvse is going to bless us with a beautiful performance. I do want to make sure but it's not just one, but it's two. And my girl EKSE is on standby.